will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On play action, Locke. And he locates Walker, complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Delaney Walker. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
Yellow! There's a wire, right? Take the yellow, 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 yellow.
Return up. Get that ball. Get that ball. Box track. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Get it together, defense. Let's get it. Hey, 43, 43, 15.
52, fellas, let's go. Quit talking.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Mahomes firing complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. 7-7, our score after 1. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, block into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run here with Eckler.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Block now to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
55 is mine, guys, 55.
I'm cooking me. Zipper.
Mike, 55. Check.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Yellow. Yellow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check 15, check 15. Switch.
This is Coleman. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes dancing to his left. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I got the wild bunch.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brianne Body Calhoun. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Dayton Jones makes the stop defensively. Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking to throw again on second down. Locke. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to air one out. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
So don't say nothing.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
70, Indy.
He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's third down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. Being chased out left. He'll get this to Eckler. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Ito Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They will run again with Coleman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Connor Barwin. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forced out to his left. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. To try again after the sack. Mahomes buying time to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. The former first-round pick, Dayton Jones. In there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Shift. Check.
Recon, 132 fighter. You're out.
Once more, here's Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Big Griffin.
Block off of play action. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Coleman, and he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Lucky. Hey, watch it. Watch it.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Gold with the extra point, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Coleman. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
That's going to be a long day. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Locke, and this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along